Portia. I'm in my 30s. I'm taking care of my mother, who is 62. She has dementia and stage 4 ovarian cancer. She was in the military for 30 years, and then after that, she went back to school, got her master's degree, and was working as a project manager before she developed dementia. The way I found out is I received a call from my dad. He stated that one of her neighbors did a welfare check on her. They noticed her routine. Her routine was pretty much on Tuesdays, the trash would come and she would come out of her home, bring the trash cans out, and then once the trash man left, she would pull them back in. But she had pulled them out and a week had went by and they were still outside. So they decided to do a welfare check on her. And when the police came into the home, they found her not responsive in bed. So she was in the hospital. They thought she had a stroke. They did a bunch of tests on her, and that's when they found out that she had dementia. At that time, I was living on my own. I was working full-time. I went back to school. I was getting my associate's degree, and I was pretty close to finishing that associate's degree. From there, I had to actually leave. This was at the height of COVID. Hospitals were overloaded, so she was actually hospitalized in a different state, a whole different state than the one that she lived in. So I had to leave, go to her home. She was very forward-thinking, and she had already set up her power of attorney, her medical directive, everything in case something happened to her. So I knew I had to go to her home, get those papers in order to make sure that I could speak on her behalf, because she couldn't speak anymore. And so from there I went, got those papers, and made sure that everyone had them, because I knew that they would not speak to me without them. And then from there, just made sure that I asked all the questions that I could possibly ask. If I forgot anything at that time and I remembered, just continuously asking just to make sure that she had the best care possible, making sure that I had set up my home in a way that she could live there, because I knew that I was going to bring her home with me to live. Making sure that I had every resource that I could possibly have available to me, just pretty much set, to make sure that I took the best care of her as possible. I had to really get my life together in a very short time span. I had to, because she lived in a different state, so I had to make sure that her home in the other state was okay. I had to make sure that my home was, I had a 2-bedroom apartment. I had to basically arrange things to make sure that she was able to get around, because at the time she could not walk. She had forgotten how to walk, and I had to make sure that my house was set up to where it was wheelchair accessible. Make sure that I had things like adult diapers, a shower seat to make sure that she could sit down in the shower, a bed that was low to the ground for her, pretty much everything in regards to basically preparing for her to stay there. As far as myself, I ended up quitting my job. I was working full-time and going to school part-time, but I felt like I wasn't giving her the care that she really deserved, because after working full-time, I was tired, you know. It was 8 hours of work and then school and just no rest. So I ended up quitting my job, and I just looked for different ways to support her during that time. Not much support from family. I do have a few family members that definitely help me where I need. I have more friends that support me, but for the most part, it is me by myself. Therapy, because therapy helped me so much before I started on this. For a while, I did place my mother in a nursing home to try to basically get her to learn how to walk again. And during that time, I did a lot of therapy. So I would say get therapy if you can, if you already have a therapist. If not, I know there are some resources where it's free. And try to find your tribe in this whole situation. I found a lot of people that are like me on Instagram, on Facebook. And if you need any type of support, just Google and see where you can get any type of support that you can, because you're gonna need it.